In 2006, we got the original, but in 2024, is this reissue just as good? Hello and welcome, this is Best Foot Forward Shoes. My name is Harrison Cable, thank you so much for checking out this video. Today we are looking at the Air Max 95 collaboration with New York City graffiti artist Mr. Stash. The original of this shoe released back in 2006, and now in 2024 Nike have decided to release the Air Max 95 again in a retooled and redesigned colorway, while also releasing an Air Force One in a very similar color scheme. So these shoes released about 3 or 4 weeks ago on a microsite which was called blueisback.nyc, where these shoes, surprisingly enough, sat for a very, very long time. And then a couple of weeks later, we had the general sort of release on the Nike Australia and Nike Worldwide websites, as well as a couple of small boutiques where these basically sat for maybe a couple of hours and then they sold out. So if you really, really wanted these shoes, they were available for a fair amount of time. There were certain pop-ups all around New York City for this shoe, but to be honest, it felt like the hype for this shoe was a little bit fake and self-manufactured by Nike. It didn't feel like the general public really responded to this shoe. But for people like myself who really love blue, they love Nike, they love Air Max 95, they're a big fan of Mr. Stash and his graffiti work, this was an absolute no-brainer for me. And today I'm just going to break down a little bit of the box, the construction, and the overall fit of this shoe. Just a quick thank you to everyone for liking and subscribing over the last few weeks. Thank you so much for watching the podcast. We just did a few top 10 lists of Nike, New Balance, Adidas, all that sort of thing. They were super fun to do. Thank you so much to all the guests I had on those podcasts. Appreciate everyone for watching and liking these videos. Thank you so much. Let's check out what's inside this box. So this is your somewhat standard Nike box, a little bit of extra flair. You can see the blue line here kind of representing a little bit of Mr. Stash's signature color. So opening them up, you can see some really nice graffiti. Look at that. As you can see, it does have a little bit of a different look than a normal Nike box. You can see some nice new paper. Opening them up, you do see the two shoes there. They do come with a regular sort of black lace right here as well. They also come with another pair of laces in this kind of speckled 3M material inside of them. Starting from the bottom of the shoe here, you have the classic Air Max 95 outsole. You have the plastic shank plate here, which has the little Mr. Stash graphics, as you can see right there. That's really, really nice. They are a little bit dirty on here because I have worn them a little bit, obviously. On the mainly rubber outsole, you can see the exposed air unit right there, as well as some really, really nice speckling, as you can see there on the outsole. The black outsole with the blue speckling, it is very, very nice overall. As you kind of see there, moving from the sole, you can tell that the gradient, that is an iconic feature of Air Max 95s, is very present on this shoe. You can see the first layer of black here. It's done in almost like a shiny leather, and then the next layer is a darker blue, which is almost like a patent nubuck, and then of course another layer, and then you get a blue plastic overlay here. So what's interesting about this is that you not only get different colors on the shoe, you also get different textures. So you get leathers, and then you get a plastic overlay, and then you get this almost ripstop nylon type of material on the lightest shade of blue. So it's very interesting, not only in color, but also in texture, which is very, very nice. There are a couple of loose threads that you can see right there, but you know what, nothing too crazy. You don't have any extra graphics on the back heel tab, you just have the Nike Air graphic, and then the almost terraced-like back heel here. And then, of course, you gotta have a little bit of a stash pocket for, you know, Mr. Stash. I'm not sure really what I would ever put inside of this pocket, but it does look very cool, and obviously it's kind of an extra detail that just makes the collaboration feel a little bit more premium. You do have, interestingly enough, an extra logo underneath, which I feel like reveals that little hidden logo right there and looks pretty nice. The insole is again branded Mr. Stash logo right there. You can see the extra little graphics on there as well. So overall, I think they've done a really, really nice job in the collaboration and making it feel like an extra updated premium type Air Max 95. Now for sizing on these, I did go with my regular true to size, which is a size 9 US, a 42.5 euro, and to be honest, they did feel a little bit snug, but that is usually the case with Air Max 95s. As you can see, the toe box is a little bit narrow. However, they do break in over time, so I would recommend going with a true to size. The only other issue I had with the comfort was that, of course, the leather is a little bit stiff from when you're getting it straight out of the box, so it was kind of to be expected. It would be a little bit uncomfortable at first. I did have a little bit of rubbing on the ankle from this part right here, so throughout the day of wearing it, I did bend this back just a little bit to try and relieve my ankle a little bit. But after a couple of other wears, they did start to soften and feel a little bit more comfortable. So go with your true to size unless you have wide feet, and you will be just fine. So there you have it, the Air Max 95 collaboration with Mr. Stash, an absolute banger, one of my favorite shoes of the year. And if it wasn't for that Arm Air 95, probably my favorite Air Max 95 of the year. This is going to be in the rotation pretty heavily throughout 2025. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Check out my Instagram, it's just down below as well if you want to see more daily updates on shoes that I'm wearing. Again, thank you so much to everybody. We'll see you next time. You have a good day.